Hey, Laura. We've talked a lot about grit and grittiness and performances lately. Some pretty adverse situations there late. You had the VAR pull back that penalty, which can really gut a team emotionally. Coming off of that and still grabbing the point in the late goals, how does that feel to walk away with it after the fact?
Yeah, I said to the team at the end there, I said, I think we can be disappointed not to come away with more. We can feel that, but I think we need to be really proud of our resiliency and our mentality. The players actually at half time led that. Some of the more experienced players like Lynn and Lou and Jordan and G. I thought G came on and changed the game. That they showed they were talking about mentality and resiliency and pushing and pushing and pushing. And we said at half time we felt if we got the next goal we could win it. And we had a couple of chances before we scored. And we had a couple of chances after we scored the equaliser. So, yeah, overall happy that we were able to push ourselves through that and come away with a point. And slightly disappointed we didn't come away with more.
But also, you had some finishing at the end there with Lynn. Could you talk about what it was like to have that moment of the goal when she just left foots that one in there?
Yeah, I mean that's why we brought her here, right? She can do those things in moments that you need her to, and it was coming, right? We really felt like it was coming, and yeah, a little bit of quality from Lynn, just great finish, and she doesn't really get the credit for those types of things, I don't think, but that's what she has, that's a caressed, left-footed finish. She's not smashing it, she's trying to place it in that bottom corner. So yeah, really happy for her because I know she's been a little bit frustrated to not get a couple more goals this season. So to get her in a good position to score was great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. Nico, go ahead.
Hey, Lauren. Congratulations on the comeback draw. Wanted to talk about Jordan Bug's goal because it looked like it was coming from across. No, there hasn't been too much time since the final whistle, but was she claiming that she meant to hit that in because that had some nice outside of the foot swerve to it? And what was her reaction from what you saw?
I asked her straight out, did you mean it? And she said no, she was crossing it. And I said no forward in the world is admitting that. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you need that little bit of luck, and we didn't get that in the first half with the penalty call. Which it would have been. I don't think it was a penalty. I think it would have been soft. But those have gone against us before, so a little bit of the rub of the green sometimes you need. And honestly, I think if we'd have scored a goal in the first half, we'd have won the game. I think you really saw who we want to be in the second half. And again, I thought G came on. I thought G was very good. I thought Sam Mazer was very good. I thought Shay was great. Those that came on early in the game, brilliant. And then the Jordan and Maddie Mercado really pushing late to really try and get something going. I thought did a good job for us. So, yeah, Jordan Bug admitted that she didn't mean it, but maybe we don't say that too loudly.
Hey, a goal's a goal.
That's it.
To talk about Lynn Biondolo, she tied Sam Kerr for regular season goals. Now, if I remember correctly, at 70. Just want to get your deeper thoughts on Lynn's performance and how she's been impacting this team's offense.
Yeah, I think, half time, I actually said to her, I think we can just keep her higher. And I think you see with Lynn, what she does is she opens up space for other people because the opponents are so scared of her. And the fact that she's got Sam Kerr's, or did you say she's just overtaken Sam or she's tied? Tied with Sam Kerr, and is she tied for assists?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's what's crazy. I think, one, the goal scoring, right? I think she would want that to be something that was spoken about her, but I think the fact that she has that goal scoring and the assists is a phenomenal stat. And I'll give her credit. She was the real person setting the tone at half time with the team of this wasn't good enough. Our mentality has to be better. We need to compete better. We need to win first and second balls. She was the one spearheading that. And I think that's what we love about her. It's not just her goals. Yes, we want that, but it's everything else that she brings. She's a phenomenal human. She's a great trainer, fantastic teammate, and a great leader.
And to close my time asking questions, it was an intense second half.
Yeah.
Just a little softball. How many steps did you clock into your watch?
Well, I don't wear it anymore. I wear one of these, so
Oh,
I
you
can't.
changed it.
Yeah, I changed it. I tried to, when I took the tracksuits off, I thought, okay, I need to up my game on my watch game. So I went a little bit flashy. So I haven't been counting the steps, but I definitely ran up and down that technical area at least 8 or 9 times in the second half. So. And I think me and Phoebe jumped on each other when Jordan Buggs scored. So, yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nico. Grant, go ahead.
Grant's been popping his head on and off the whole time.
You know, I gotta wait for Nico to let me in. Jeez, buddy. No, all good, Nico. So, Coach, you mentioned like G's impact coming onto the pitch. I'm curious. It felt like. It felt like Chicago really like dug into the defensive shell in the second half. It was 50-50 possession in the first half, ends up being 60-40 your way in the second half. Aside from G, or maybe could you help us understand a little more, how did you kind of break through that low block?
I think we just were able to move. I felt like in the first half we played like mannequins, I think we forced passes into people that they didn't want. We didn't move for the person on the ball. And I just felt like G could really help us. And Sam Mazer too, to be fair. I thought both of them, they're just active, they move, they want the ball all the time. And G's I'm sure got a little point to prove. She hasn't been in the lineup for a little bit now. And I met with her this week and I said, look, we need a little bit more from you. And she showed in that second half the reason why we brought her here and the reason why she is the superstar that she is, because she can do those things. And I thought every time G got the ball today, she controlled the game for us in the second half. And I don't think they really knew how to solve her. And if they did solve G, it ended up opening up space for Sam and Sally or whoever it was. So, credit to G, because it's tough to not play at the stage in her career where she's at. And I thought that she did a great job the second half.
Thanks,
But to fully answer your question, I think one of the biggest things was we had to keep width. We had to keep width to create the low block, and getting G in those pockets and then being able to play out wide, I felt was really effective for us.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Grant. Steve?
Hi, Laura. We saw first half, Lou Barnes had to go off on playing sub. Probably too early to have a full assessment, but what's her status looking like at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a little pull of the hamstring. So I don't know any more than that. I'm guessing maybe Utah's out of the question, but thankfully, touch wood, we've got a bit of time after that. So hopefully she'll be able to recover quickly. She tends to in these little moments. So, it's a different side of her body than the issue she had last year as well. So hopefully she can get through it quickly.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. And then Jeff?
And then to follow up with what we talked about before, you've grabbed 4 of the 6 points of this road trip. You have one more before going into a bit of a break. How can gritty performances and grabbing these points help you when you go into now having a period to work on some stuff before? Because you were talking all first half of the season so far about being okay with if this is what you are right now, and then getting a chance to work on that next thing.
Yeah.
Having the gritty team that goes out there and grabs those points, not a bad place to start for that.
Yeah.
So how do you feel going into this last match when you could really have grabbed a bunch of those points and set yourself up for a really nice second half?
Yeah, I think obviously, when you're going into 3 road games, you probably look at it and go, out of 9 points, if you could come away with 6, you'd be really happy, right? So we give ourselves a chance to get a little bit better than that next week now, with this point. And if we can come out of June undefeated, I think we'll be really happy with ourselves.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. All good, everyone?